Hi there, this is Monica. So we're here with a nine of coins and obvious, right? The biggest obvious thing here is that there is a head in the card, where here it's not. I really love the colors of this card, so I wanted to keep them as close as possible. And also, I love the figure, but this card also has like some additional story into it. First of all, this is the only card that is inspired by a dear friend of mine that sadly passed in 2022, which was the year that I worked on this reincarnation of the deck. And so it was so her absence, she passed in February. So her absence was very felt while I was working on the deck. And also she was one of my best supporters, fans, encouragers. She had all my cards framed in her corridor in her home. So and she was always giving me like amazing feedback about them. So I somehow, because that was the year that this loss happened, it was very important to me to somehow add her in the deck. And she was a photographer, so it made sense to me, and this is the reason that I added here the camera. She also had a completely white hair at the end, although she was not that old. She was actually younger than me, so I wanted to put that color. And she was always adorned herself with a lot of jewelry and stuff, so actually this card like really fitted her. I think that when I first sketched this figure years ago, I think it was after I have met her then, and actually without even knowing it, I actually had kind of picked up her vibe in the body. So it really made sense to pair this card, this body, this character with her. So the Nine of Coins is also about independence. I see her now in some full of spiritual wealth. This could very well be the, let's say, the heaven she's in now. And she has the camera, and she's reminding us to really look at the details and capture them and capture the joy in them. And also, as you can see, there was a change in the coins themselves. So here there were more flowers, color versions of the flowers around, and here I decided to do something that's a little more simple, a little more streamlined, but pops in a way more. And also, for those of you that may be a little familiar, it's a little bit resembling the Ethereum sign. And I don't think that happened by chance. I don't think anything happens by chance, definitely not when you're creating a tarot deck. But there is something in this, there is something about this progressiveness, about this all the blockchain allows us. It's also about having assets in a different way and really controlling our own assets. So that also really made sense to have in that particular card. And it's also alternative ways of thinking about wealth. So for the sake of our independence, of course. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that piece. Let me know what, now that you know the story, does that affect you in any different way? Are you going to look at this card now in a different way? Are you going to see at the coins a different way? And are you going to look at this camera in a different way? It's not just a gadget they're added. It's actually, I want you to really connect with the power of the lens, especially the power of your lens. Another kind of work I'm doing is self-magic, so it's definitely, I always say, no lens will love you more than your own. So that again is paired, totally blending, with the message of this card and the story behind this card. Yeah, let me know.